Guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to all my videos. I hope that you guys enjoy them, you learn from them, things like that. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about how INFJs have this thing about people standing too close to them. Recently, I was kind of walking around and I was having a conversation with someone regarding work, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, I always kind of want like arm's length distance between people and me, like arm's length, like just stay an arm's length away. And my arm is really long, see? So basically, just stay like miles and miles away from you. Right? I don't care how well I know you. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with you today. I just don't want you close to me, right? And I know I've done the video on this before, but this is specifically with people standing close to me. And so this person is chatting with me, and for some reason, the more I step back, the more they step forward, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what is going? Are people just absolutely clueless? Like, why are you standing so close to me? And so I have to actually, tell them, like, I'm sorry, can you just step back a little bit? I'm sorry. I also, he was really, really tall, so I'm like, I don't want to be looking up at you like I'm a child. So just step back, just step an arm's length distance, right? And I could not. I had to hear about that for the rest of the week, about the fact that that I'm crazy, that I keep people at arm's distance. Why do I have to be like that? Why do I have to be so cold? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just have people around me? I should have more cuddles in my life, It's just like nonsense, like a lot of crap that was coming at me. And I was saying to myself, why? I think it's also because I live in a world, in a very spiritual space, where everyone thinks that my body is your body is my body, and I'm thinking to myself, no, it's not, okay? We are all part of this collective consciousness, but consciousness, not body. Anyways, maybe I'm crazy. So I had to deal with a lot of that stuff, and I decided that I would look up online, like what it's all about, what personal space is all about, and how that works, and if INFJs are like that. And it's really gratifying. I love the internet for this exact reason, because I went online, and as soon as I hit INFJs in personal space, instantaneously there were like a billion posts about how INFJs need a lot of space around them. Not only personal space, obviously, but physical space. Like they need, maybe not an arm's length distance, but a bunch of space in between them and other people. Even when I'm sitting, I always, as I said before, I want my back to the wall. I need my back to the wall, because then if I feel protected, I know that no one's going to squeeze in behind me, or no one's going to touch my back. My back is very precious to me. Or, I mean, any part of my body is, but I don't like people touching my back. People think that just because it's a back, it's not very personal, that you can just be like pat it or touch it. And like, no, not even my back, not my hand, don't touch my hand either, not my face. Don't try to give me a kiss, and I hate that, because I don't know if it's going to be one kiss or two kisses, and I get very anxious with that stuff. Don't touch my hair. It's my hair. I can touch it and make it crazy, but not you. So things like that, like very much like about space. And the more I saw the post, the more I felt better about the fact that I told this to this person about keeping their distance, keeping their space, right? The reason I mentioned this is because if you are dating an INFJ, if you're friends with an INFJ, if you are wanting to be close to an INFJ, that's one of the main paramount ways. First of all, you can know if they like you is because they will allow you to touch them without any hassles, or without any yelling. Like if I like someone, they can touch me whatever they want, and I will not say anything, right? If I don't, I'll hate it for a few days, and then eventually I'll be like, yeah, I have to say something because I cannot stand it anymore, right? So if I say something, I'm not saying that if you don't like you, if you don't allow you to touch me or touch us, but it's just that there's levels, there's tiers of liking and of relationships in our mind. And the highest tier is those people who are those people who are allowed to touch me, who are allowed to see me naked, who are allowed to be in my physical space. The only person I can think of in my life who falls into that category is my sister and my mother, maybe. So my mother, I don't know if I'd be comfortable her seeing me naked, but my sister, I hang out with her all the time. I sleep over at her place. No big deal at all. I don't care. I don't mind. We hate each other. We love each other. It's all the same, right? So, and she's an INTJ. I love INTJs. So she's the only person I can think of on this planet who's allowed to touch me. My brother maybe as well. Like I think he'd give me a hug, but he's so uncomfortable touching people as well. So it works out well for us. Besides that, I don't like it. I will hug people, obviously, because that's one of the ways that spiritual people here show that they're that they're friends with each other. So that's fine. You know, I'll hug someone sometimes, maybe. But mostly, in general, I like to keep my distance. Now, as I said, the first thing that you can tell by the fact that if they touch you or not is that if an INFJ likes you or not. So if you're trying to figure out if your INFJ is, you know, if they would want to be in a relationship with you, then that's the first thing you should look at. Are they spending time with you, and are they allowing you to touch them? Right? That's the main thing. I've said this before. It's really important for you guys. If they don't spend time with you, obviously that's a big no-no. But also, if they don't allow you to touch them, that's in itself like a big sign that they don't care about you, they don't want you around, they don't like you, and they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Okay. The second thing I do want you guys to realize is that if you are wanting to be closer to your INFJ, then give them a little bit of time and space. I always say this. I've said this a billion times before, but I feel like I need to say it over and over again, because eventually, it doesn't mean that if I don't like touching you right now, eventually I might not like touching you, right? So it takes us a little bit of time to get used to people. At first, I'll be really standoffish. We're always very standoffish the first time we meet anyone. It doesn't matter who they are. We always have these shackles, these boundaries that we set up, like these big boundaries when the first time we meet someone. It's like we are really careful, right? And little by little, we'll hang out with you. We'll see. We'll test you out. You know, we'll gather data on you, and eventually, we'll be like, okay, you know what? They seem pretty cool. I think I could hang out with them. I think they could be my friends, or you know, he seems nice. I think I could date him. Things like that. So it takes a long time to get there. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, whatever it might be. I don't know. But eventually, we will get there, and eventually, you will be able to pat our head or touch our hand little by little, and then eventually, you'll be able to give us a pat on the back, and then eventually, you'll be able to sit right next to us, and we would not be cringing, or we wouldn't be like, oh, can you get away from me? So that in itself is a big sign as well, right? But again, as I said, it takes us a long time to get there. The guy I was with last, my long-term relationship, it took me 6 months from the time we met to actually longer than that, about a year from the time we met, actually 8 months, to the point where I was like, okay, cool, I think we can date. It was a little bit like, oh, I don't know. And then eventually I was like, you know what, I've tested you enough, you seem like a really nice guy. And, you know, he stuck around, he gave me my space whenever I needed it, and he was really kind and generous, really good guy in general. And so eventually I was like, okay, cool, let's do this kind of thing, right? But it took 8 months, so a lot of times I'm sure you guys were like, 8 months? I don't have 8 months to spare. Well, if you don't have 8 months to spare, then maybe you're not going to be in a relationship with an INFJ, because some of them need longer. Some of you guys have told me that they were after you for 2 years before you started dating someone that was interested in you. So, I mean, if that's not the time that you want to spend on it, then go after someone else, because it's a long-term commitment with us, unfortunately. I think that's the reason why a lot of us spend a lot of our lives singles, because obviously no one really wants to spend that much time and effort on someone. Really, why would anyone want to do that, right? And so I get it. I really get it. I'm happily single right now, because I know that there's going to be no one that's going to spend the time or the energy to get to know me, which is totally fine with me. I get it. I totally, absolutely understand. I would be in the same boat. Anyways, I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope I've been able to explain myself to you guys. It's really important, especially if you guys are trying to date an INFJ, that you understand what I've been saying. And if you guys are interested in learning more about it, you know, you can always message me if you have questions specifically about your INFJ. You can email me, or you can PM me directly on Facebook, private message me. Or you can message below, you can comment below, whatever you guys want. I'm always here to answer questions, okay? Alright, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for everything. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.